Well, today's news of Robin Williams' death is a devastating blow to members of the Challenged Athletes Foundation who had a close relationship with Williams.
So joining us now is Bob Babbitt, who is the founding member of CAF. And Bob, you worked for so many years with Robin Williams. And today friends are coming out saying he had such a huge heart but a tortured soul. What did you see?
What I saw was just a very special guy. What Robin did was, for 8 years in a row, he was part of what we call Team Braveheart, where he teamed up with a young double above knee amputee named Rudy Garcia-Tolson, who would do the 1.2 mile swim. Robin would do the 56-mile bike ride. Robin was a amazing cyclist who loved cycling. And then two-time Ironman champion Scott Tinley would do the run. And they were Team Braveheart because Rudy had a slogan that was, "A brave heart is a powerful weapon." And every year, Rudy and Robin and ST would team up together, and it was really, really special. Robin donated his motorcycle, autographed it, and had that auctioned off for CAF, donated bicycles. He kept a lot of stuff low-key. He didn't want to be the guy. But what was great, what he loved about coming to San Diego is people at the event wouldn't come up for autographs. They would just come up and shake his hand and thank him for being there.
People loved him.
People loved him. What was great about Robin, too, is, you know, you forget he went on Oprah with Rudy. And Rudy at that time was really the only double above knee amputee who was actually not in a wheelchair or on a walker. So here's a kid running, and he's on the Oprah show, and other parents of children who were like Rudy saw that, and all of a sudden they were reaching out to us to find out how they could have the same thing. So Robin indirectly helped so many parents and so many kids.
And he raised the spirits of so many people. And another thing that people, as they just pour out how caring and wonderful and warm he was, that his highs were high, and sometimes into himself his lows were much more quiet. But you saw his magic to bring everybody else up to a high. Isn't that really what happened with
Absolutely. What we see with Robin every year is he just lit up the place, right? He just lit up. He'd come down for the weekend, and just everybody was excited about it. One, you think about it, the foundation's been around 21 years. He came in the third, fourth, fifth year of the event. He really gave so much credibility. And so we weren't just on the sports page. All of a sudden, we're on Channel 10, or we're on the front pages of the newspaper because of Robin Williams. So it's not just showcasing Robin. He knew that his presence was showcasing athletes with disabilities and how it could change. So Robin was so amazing. One time, we had an auction item of a dinner with Robin Williams, and two people were bidding on it, and it was up to like $50,000, and Robin just stood up and said, "We'll go out 2 different people separately, and $50,000 from each of you." So right there, it was an extra $100,000 for CAF.
We've seen so many Facebook posts, Twitter posts today, just within the last couple of hours, thousands and thousands of people sharing their memories of what they remember most about Robin Williams. What will you remember most?
What I remember most was he was just a caring, considerate guy, and how much he loved the athletes. And the challenged athletes, he loved the challenged athletes, but what he loved riding, when he'd do the 56-mile ride, he would be with Steve Haig, who's an Olympic gold and silver medalist, Scott Tinley, John Howard, who set the speed record on the Bonneville salt flats on a bike. He loved the excitement of being with these world-class athletes. He loved them, and they loved him. And it's funny how sometimes sports and entertainment mix, but that was what made Robin special. And then to know that he was, like he and Rudy, they became good buddies, and Rudy knew him more as he was the guy to give me, video games. And Rudy said, Robin would go, "I'm just Rudy's pimp for video games." That was it.
And as much as he was giving to the foundation, what do you think that did for him that allowed him kind of an outlet, a place to go, people to be with, and people that loved him back on a whole nother level than his Hollywood comedian star status?
Well, I think that's what he liked about it. Is he was treated as another cyclist, and people just come up and shake his hand rather than go get a photo and autograph. It was like, "Thank you so much for being here. Let's go for a ride." So he could be just a normal guy and go for a ride. And with our $1 Million Challenge bike ride down the coast, the Friday night before it started, he'd surprise people and come and do a little stand-up. And he was always hilarious, and always just would take every photo with everybody. Just a very giving man, and a huge loss for, not just the Challenge Athletes Foundation, but for everybody.
No doubt. You mentioned him being hilarious. I wanted to ask you, because everybody remembers his appearances on The Tonight Show, especially with Johnny Carson.
Absolutely.
Always wound up. What was he like in person? I mean, because he could also be this gentle, calm soul.
Yes. It was interesting because we'd have these dinners, and he and Scott Tinley and Greg Welch, who's another Ironman champion and hilarious guys, Robin loved cutting up with those guys, doing different voices and things like that. But he also could be very quiet and reflective and just sort of sit there. But once things got going, once those guys started, you know, prodding him, it was on. And it was hilarious to watch because you could see it coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could see the introspective side, but you also saw Robin Williams. When he was on, he was on. And what he loved best of anything is on race morning, being at the event, and knowing that people like from Channel 10 were there with live microphones, right? Live microphones that they could not edit. And he could say whatever he wanted. And some of that was pretty freaking funny.
Yeah. He loved the friendships too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
certainly a friend to San Diego, a friend to challenged athletes.
Huge
and
loss.
it's up to all of us now to carry on what you've done.
Absolutely.
You do great work, Bob. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you, guys.
stepping in today.
Thank you. Appreciate
Great
it.
stories and insight.